Hi guys. Actually, if you have been watching the series of turning $19 into $100,000, you know that by now I have blown the 5K account. I have breached the maven profit 5K account I'm trading. So like the title suggests, so what I'll do is that I will list out the threat that brought about this conclusion of quitting Forex. Then after that we will go to the account and cross check if we will see any of this threat in that account. And if we found any of these threats in that account, then unfortunately this will be the last video I will be doing as a forex trader, and that account will be the last account I will be trading as a forex trader. So without any further ado, let's go straight into it. Alright guys, so one of the threats that brought about this conclusion, this decision of quitting forex is how many lives do you have in the market in regards to your trading capital? Basically, this means risk management, but I don't want to call it risk management because the word risk management is void in many people's mind. It also confuses many people who are just coming into profit newly. In order to break this down, what I mean here is that if you are to lose a trade back-to-back losing streak, how many trades will you lose to blow your account? For an instance, if you are trading $100 account and then you are risking $10, so the lives you have in the market is 10, which means that if you lose back-to-back in 10 times, then you automatically blow that account. When I say it confuses many people who are coming into profit newly, I mean that some people will get account of 5K and their mass drawdown is $400. So your main capital is $400, not $5,000. Because if you actually lose that $400, then you automatically lose that 5K dollar. So that's what I mean by some people are confused when they are coming into profit with this risk management terminology of it. This is the first thing that brought about this. So this one of the threats will be cross-checking in that account if we see. So the second one will be cross-checking on it will be. So in this second topic, what you will be cross-checking is, did you miss any trade during the week, during the day, during the month, depending on your strategy and all of that? Did you miss any trade? Were you able to capitalize on all the trades that the market give you? Were you able to did you lose the amount you are supposed to lose, or is there some trade that you lose more than you are supposed to lose? Because all of these things will also will also be cause you to lose more than you are supposed to lose. In other words, blowing the account when you are not supposed to blow the account, that kind of a thing. So this is one of the things you'll be cross-checking in that account. Did you make any mistake in your trading during the week, during the day? So this is the second one. Then the third one will be cross-checking on this is so the third criteria we'll be looking out for, or that I would say you should consider once you blow an account, is market condition in regards to your trading strategy. So here there are strategies that are best for ranging market. There are strategies that are built for trending market. There are strategies that are built for channel. If you trade the ranging market strategy on trending market, then there are high chances that you blow that account. You have more losses than you are supposed to lose, thereby causing you to blow that account when you're not supposed to blow it. So all these things, these are some of the the criteria you have. If these three criteria are in place, that you have enough live in the market that can protect you from all of this, and you still blow an account, the market conditions suit your strategy, and also your risk management, everything is intact. In terms of your execution, you execute your plan entirely, no mistake, no missed win trade, no nothing, and yet you still blow an account. Then the extra question I will advise you ask yourself is, does my strategy really work? So if the strategy is not working, then you need to change the strategy. But if you now change the strategy to a proven strategy, and yet you repeat all of these things and you still blow an account, then I will advise you, brothers and sisters, it's a time for you to quit Forex. And that is what I'm going to do right now. So we'll cross-check all of these criteria in that account, and if we found if we found them present and I still blow that account, then you know that unfortunately this will be the last video I will be making as a forex trader, and this will be that account will be the last account I'll trade. So, and also if you go back, you'll see that I document each and every trade I've taken in that account. So I will be taking you guys to the equity curve and all of that in that account. So we'll cross check all of these topics on it, all of these trades or topics, anyone you call it. So let's get on with the video. All right, guys. So here is the equity curve of the phase 2. So let me show you guys the equity curve of phase 1 before we continue. Okay, guys. So here is the equity curve of phase 1, as you can see. So the phase 1 was neat and clean. So let's go back to phase 2, which is where I blew the account. So in this phase 2, one of the criteria we listed there, the first one was was how many life do you have in the market. So based on that, I'm risking $25, and my mass drawdown is $450, I think so. Let me check. So which is 8%. So because they gave me 8%, so for me to lose the account. So okay, in this phase 2, so the phase 2 is 5% for me to lose the account. So, and I was risking about $25. So actually, dividing that amount to my to the mass drawdown, which is my main capital. So I was having about 16 life in the market. So to lose 16 times before I lose the account. So which is fair enough, which is not the reason why I blew the account. 16 losses, 16 life in the market is still okay. Still okay. So the second thing we listed there is the execution. So, and then in terms of execution, actually I followed all my rules. I followed all my rules, all my plans. I followed them to the teeth. So which is what I told you guys in the last video, that I'm going to cross check to see if I followed all my rules. So the first and the second one is in place. So the third one we had there was market condition. So market condition in regards to your strategy. So that was the third one we have there, and this is where the issue I had a problem. Now actually, if you watch during this December, even me personally, during November, ending of November, I made mention of it in one of my clips where I said that the market volatility have reduced so that it will affect my trading. So and because of that, I stopped trading my live account, and I contemplated about trading the 10K account, which I waited till first week of December before I stopped trading the 10K account. So which means that also the market condition is not favorable to my strategy, and I knew it earlier. Which if you also watch the internet, you see that many forex traders stopped trading, and some of them whom did not want to stop trading entirely, they started trading small accounts and all of that. Some deposited $100 just to play with it because they don't want to stay out of the market. And you see some of them reduce their risk, their TP from 3 hours to 2 hours, or some of them are taking their profit at 1 hour. So, but I followed my rules strictly to the letter, so I did not miss anything. So actually, where I had issues on the market condition in regards to my strategy, and I knew this earlier. So when I also backtested my strategy after I blew that account, I also noticed, and I knew it earlier, that if I have been taking my profit at 1 hour, I could have been in profit in this month. But why did I still know all of this and still continue trading this account until I blew it? Well, that is because I made mention of that earlier, ending of November here, where I told you guys that I'm ready to blow that account, that 5K account. I'm ready to blow it. So if you watch from the beginning of this account, hold on, I want to show you guys something. From the time I started trading this account, if you watch, few trades were in loss. We are in profit, few trades. If you watch right there, you see that few trades were in profit. And this profit is not much, because when I started trading the account, I did not start with $25 risk. I reduced it to $20 risk before I now turn it to $25. So that was when I made all this profit. So then along the line, I increased it to $25, but I had some certain things, I have some programs on ground during that period. So I started missing a trade. So I started missing trades that could have put me in profit. I missed more than 5 winning trades, and you know that my trade is 1:3 hour. So one trade I miss, I'm missing 3 hour. One trade I miss. So if I miss 2 trades, that means I've missed about 6 hours, just like that. And before I will recover that 6 hours, you understand? So because of the programs I was having, that's why I was making all those losses. I was missing the ones that went in profit, and I was taking the ones I'm taking were the ones that went in losses, and that's how I started having all these losses down here, as you can see. So that's why I started having all these losses. I think this thing happened around October also. Was it October also? So along the line, when we entered November, was it October? No, September. So when we entered October, if you watch the distance of all these losses here, and watch the distance of all these losses here, you find out that these losses here, the distance is too small. They choke together because of when I got to this level, I reduced my risk again. Because at this point, I was having 16 life. At this point, I have already lost about 10 life. So I was having around 5 life left. So I've already lost about more than 10 hours in this account during this period. And I was risking $25. And I have 16 trades to lose the account entirely. So remaining about 5 hours for me to lose the trade entirely. So what I did is that I now reduced my risk from $25 to $10. So I traded it from $25 to $10, had few losses here, then I started having wins. So in that wins I was having, I made more than 13 hour win in that October, which in my personal account, because each and every trade I'm taking here, I'm also taking that trade in my personal account. So in my personal account, I was also down over 10 hours, and here I was down over 10 hours. But here I reduced my risk from $25 to $10. But in my personal account, I left the risk intact. So when I had these wins, which was more than 10 hours, these wins in my personal account put me in profit, but here in this account, these wins was not able to even cover my losses because I reduced my risk here. So that is why you see all this. If you even watch the wins, you see that the wins is still somehow like chop, like the wins, there's no gap on it. It's supposed to be like you have some gap, unlike the first one I showed you, which is the first one. So, and that thing made me, so when we get at the end of that October, which is early November, I withdraw from my personal account because I recovered all my losses and I was in profit on my personal account. So I withdraw the profit, leave my balance, my capital. So, but this one, I was still in drawdown. So when we now enter November was somehow ranging, which is this month here. And I was still using, so at this point, I was still using the same 10%. So along the line, in the middle of November, I got angry and then I increased it back to $25 here. So that was because I was withdrawing in my personal account, and here it wasn't even up to my losses. I couldn't even recover my losses. So because of that anger and vexation, I have to increase it back in the middle of November. And also in my personal account, I still withdraw November, which is early December. I still withdraw about 2 hours, 3 hours, sorry. I made a profit of 3 hours in my personal account. I'm trading the same thing, the same setup I'm trading here. So when I made that profit, so with that anchor, so that's why I decided that this month, because normally what I could have done in this December, which I knew earlier, is that I could have been taking my profit at 1:1 hour. And I have cross-checked it. If I had done that, by now I could have been up 5 hours. I could have been up 5R in this December. So December just finished. Today is 2nd of January. So I've backtest it and cross-check it. And that was my initial plan. That's how I do it. That's how I wanted to do it. But because of the sensation of losing all this trade, and because this trade I lost, this particular equity curve that went down, is not due to my strategy were just giving me losses here. It was because I was missing the wins. So because of that anger, I decided that this December, I'm going to follow my strategy to the letter, and my focus should be that I should follow my strategy to the letter, not miss any trade. So in order to like let it be a kind of a payback for the mistakes I made in the last month. So that's why I continue trading this account the same way, without knowing that there is low volatility, and this and my strategy is a kind of it's only for trend strategy, and there is no much trend in the market these days. So that's why you see me lost this account. And why did I say that I was happy when I lost this account? The reason why I said that I was happy is that this is the second account I'm losing I'm losing in Forex markets. This is the second account. The first account I blew was when I started Forex early. Don't get me wrong, I started from crypto trading, so I have had some losses and blew so many accounts in crypto before I came to Forex. So I came to Forex with an enlightenment. I did not come to Forex as a total newbie, so that you won't think that okay, I did not lose, so that kind of a thing. So all my losses was in crypto, but here in Forex, this is the second account. And the first account I blew, I was angry with myself because I made so many mistakes before I blew that account. So the account wasn't because my strategy wasn't working. It was because I did not execute my plan to the letter. So this second account now that I blew, the reason why I was happy is that I followed all my rules to the letter. The only reason why I blew it is because market condition was not favorable to my strategy. And what did I learn here? So what I learned from this whole thing now, from trading this Profem and all of that is, oh sorry, I wanted to, you trading, what I learned is you trading Profem, for you to use a good risk management in Profem, then you trade that Profem for like 4 to 6 months, even 8 months, depending on the type of trader you are and how many hours you make, for you to use a good risk management tool. And the question I'm asking myself is, does it worth it for you to trade one Profem account for like 8 months, 1 year before you pass the 2 accounts? Does it worth it? Then I'm also considering the other part of it, which is increase your risk, but be ready to blow 1 or 2 accounts along the line, so you pass it earlier. So once you pass it earlier, then in your funded stage, then you can reduce your risk and trade moderately. So this is just one of the things I understand by trading Profem, because the truth is that you don't know if they will pay you. That's just the truth. You don't know if you get your payment. Maybe during the time you pass the account, maybe the Profem might have one issue or the other, or even might have shut down by then, that kind of a thing. So these are the things I learned on trading Profem account. So, but for now, as the title suggests, so you help me be my lawyer. So you help me be my lawyer, then conclude if I will quit or not. So I'm not quitting. We continue, man. So actually, I've gotten another 5K account, like I said that day. So I'll start trading it by next week. So by next week, we'll start. But if you are someone who is blowing an account, I will advise that you go through this series, cross-check all these series, try to perfect, try to make sure that all of this whole thing I listed is in place before you consider quitting. Before you consider quitting, make sure that you follow all these things perfectly, you execute perfectly, use good risk management as I explained here. Then if you still lose after all of this, then you can quit. But if not, don't quit. Just let your focus be on you trying to perfect your execution, trying to use a good risk management as I explained and all of that. So this video has been too long. So we'll call it a day here. So by next week we'll start trading that account. So cheers, happy new year for you guys. I wish you God's blessings. I say amen to your secret prayers. So thank you guys for watching. Cheers.